What's up, guys? I hope you're all feeling good today. So, unfortunately, I messed up, and you guys are not going to be able to see me solve today's Wordle. I have my results right here. You can see I got it in 5. So, here's what happened. And I'm covering up the guesses that I made for a reason, because that is the focus of what I want to talk about. Basically, I tried to make this video where I explained why I prefer hard mode and why I don't want to play on regular mode. So I did today's Wordle playing on regular mode, and I played it in a particular way that was to point out certain things, and it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I didn't like the way I explained everything, and it was just a bad video, and there's really no point in watching me do today's Wordle because it was different than every other day. But I want to go over my guesses and why I prefer hard mode. See, a lot of you guys, after yesterday's situation, a lot of you guys brought up that I should not play on hard mode. And this is something that most people were really saying back when I lost the last time. And every time I lose, there's always going to be this argument that, hey, you should not play on hard mode because then you get down to these situations where you only have a few options and it's just luck, right? So a lot of people say, hey, you're taking the skill out of Wordle. Why not just on your 5th guess or whatever, just put in a guess that narrows everything down? And I really just don't like that because it opens up. If you're not playing on hard mode, it means that throughout the entire solve, you can just do whatever you want. And I like to play on just the extra hard mode, where not only do you have to use your letters again, you have to follow, you have to keep greens in their place, and you have to move yellows to a new location. Like, I just feel like that's the way to play Wordle for me. I don't think it's fun to play on regular mode. So I'm gonna explain to you guys that in this video. Also, a lot of people lost yesterday. It was a very tough word, and it parer. I didn't even know that was a word. I definitely thought about putting it in as a guess just because it fit and I wasn't sure if it was a word, but I never did because it didn't make sense for me at the time. Payer and pager were a lot better guesses for me, but of course, it didn't work out. So let's go and look at my guesses. So the answer was shoot. So I did not play on hard mode. So here's what happened. I put in float and got a T, but I said, you know what? I'm not playing on hard mode. Why would I use that T again? I put in purse, got me an E and a U. And once again, I said, okay, I have a T, U, and E. At this point, if I was actually playing it for real, I probably would have thought of the words shoot and maybe even the word unite. I don't know if I would have actually thought about those two words at that point, but most likely I would have at least thought about those two words as options, or I could have maybe thought of a word that started with T with a U in the middle. I don't know. I would have put in something that used all 3 of these letters as my 3rd guess, but because I'm not playing on hard mode, I said, you know what? Let's use some of the letters that I haven't actually guessed yet, and I put in dinghy. Now at this point, check was terrible. There's no reason for me to put in check. Nobody playing Wordle would ever put in this guess. So this is why I basically felt like I did a poor job in the previous video that I recorded. Check was just like, forget I put in check, okay? Like, that was my point for putting in check, was essentially, I think the word is shoot, but I don't know that there's a C and an H in the word. I haven't yet found the C or the H. So I said, you know what, let's put in a word that starts with CH. And maybe we test out the E in the middle, because maybe the actual word has another E here, which wouldn't make any sense, which is why I never should have actually put in this word. But basically, I thought the word was shoot at this point, but so it probably would have made the most sense for me to put in shoot in the 4th guess here. However, because I was trying to explain why I don't like regular mode for Wordle, I was trying to explain that. I made a poor guess here. So I would have got this in 4 today. Yellows aren't, like, greens are great because you know exactly, you found that letter. You found 1 out of the 5 letters. If you get a green, you know exactly where it goes. You're 20% of the way there. If you have a yellow though, it's great because it tells you that the letter's in the word, but you don't know where it is. So to be able to lock that letter down in its correct place is so important in Wordle. It's so important to be able to lock down a letter to know exactly where it goes, because it just makes things a lot easier to actually get the answer. So I prefer my strategy. I prefer to not do what I did here and just use 5 new letters because that doesn't give me any information about that T that was yellow. If I was doing this today's Wordle better, I don't think I really would have had very many guesses left. I think I had it all narrowed down after 3. After 3 guesses here, the only valid word was shoot. So for me to put in another guess before that made 0 sense. You know, how about this? How about I just go ahead and play a little bit more right now? So I'm gonna go ahead and play some Wordle on a different website here in a second, but on hellowordl. So here on hellowordl, we have difficulty settings. Normal difficulty, which is just like regular Wordle. You just have to put in a valid guess. Hard mode, which is like Wordle hard mode. And then you have ultra hard, which is what I try to play on whenever I play my Wordles. In fact, I think I have played on this every time I played this past streak I had of 57 since I turned hard mode on, which is not only do you have to reuse green and yellows, but you must obey, yellow letters have to move to a new location, and so it's just stricter, right? And you have to and you can't use grays, I guess, right? I don't think you can use grays here. So if I do float again, right, I don't think I can put in another F, like force, because I can't use the F right there. It tells me first letter can't be F. So I like that, right? You can't even reuse grays, and so if I was to do something here, bound maybe. There we go. Okay, so an N, on, it's not on set. Maybe ends in ON, so maybe I go with Aaron. Okay, that is where the O goes. That's not it though. Maybe let's go N here. Could it end in OE? NOE? The only word I think of there is canoe, but I don't have an A available. Starting with E maybe? Enjoy. It's enjoy. That's great. Okay. So let me give you an example of this on normal mode. Why I don't like normal mode. See, if I'm playing on normal mode, I could do let's do like frost, and then I could just not even use that R again and just do chime maybe. And now we have 2 letters, an R and an I. It would probably make sense to choose a word here that uses those I and the R again. But if I wasn't playing on hard mode, like I could just put in plank, and that uses 5 new letters. Okay, so now I have an R, I, and an L. And like what could the word be here? It could be like not blind, because that's not where the L or the I goes. Oh, there's no R in that either, so that doesn't even make any sense. I actually don't know what this word is yet. See, this is why it would help to have reused the R or the I to actually know where exactly they are. So I guess I would have to really think about my strategy. If I wasn't playing on liver, no. Well, here I'm stuck, so why don't I just is judgy a word? Judgy's a word, right? Yeah. Okay, there we go. We got all of our letters now. I don't know what it is yet. What is this? Hold on. Are you... Wait, what is this? Why do I not see it? I have all 5 letters. Guys, what is this word? What the heck is this word? So... Hold on a minute. Lurid. 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 What? Hold on a minute. Oh, go into Google. Go into Google. I don't know this word. Sounds familiar, but really it doesn't. Very vivid in color, especially so as to create an unpleasantly harsh or unnatural effect. Is it... Wait, what is this one? Talking about horror, ghastly, grisly, gruesome, revulsion, gruesome, vividly shocking. Interesting. Interesting word. That's a great word. I gotta use that one. I gotta use that one. That was tough. But again, I was trying to solve that. I don't know if I would have gotten that on hard mode. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just thought I would talk about hard mode in this video. You know, because I lost my streak, I thought, okay, let's try something different. You know, let's take a video and just kind of break down why I love hard mode. Because everybody always says, hey, you should not play on hard mode. And just for that one situation, like, I don't want to turn hard mode off just for that one situation where I could lose. Like, I'll just take the loss, basically. I want to win on hard mode. I mean, that's what it's fun for me to reuse letters. I don't like I don't like using 5 letters, right? And like I did frost. I don't like just looking at the letters I have left over and saying, okay, let's come up with a word with the letters I have left over. You know, I just I feel like there's so many times, because I've seen other people play Wordle not on hard mode, and there's so many times where you get to like your 4th guess and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna use 5 new letters to get some more information. And it's like, I just, like, really, that, like, you're this far into the puzzle and you're not just gonna guess a word? You're not gonna try to figure out what the word is? Like, it's just, to me, it's like, if you're gonna use a new word on your 4th guess or 5th guess, why not just do it for your 2nd guess and your 3rd guess and your 4th guess, right? Why not just use 5 new letters every single guess? It just seems like the most strategic thing to me, if you're gonna do it like that, in order to guarantee that you don't lose your streak, right? Because that's what everybody says why you should play on regular mode, is so you don't lose your streak. And for me, like, are we playing to get it in as few guesses as possible, or are we playing to not lose our streak? Obviously both, but you kind of got to pick one or the other, I feel like, because I guess I'm trying to make an argument here without actually thinking through what my actual argument is. So in all fairness, if I'm going to make the strongest argument against myself here, right, I'm trying to make an argument for using hard mode, why I like it. Again, this is just a personal preference, right? But I'm trying to make an argument for, like, if I'm going to play on a regular mode, why not just, you know, exploit the rules and just put in, Like, use the same 4 guesses every time that use different letters, so you get all the information you need. The only tricky thing with that is you have double letters, repeats, and stuff like that. And you know, maybe the letter has a Z or an X in it or something that maybe you didn't use. For me, the strongest argument against myself is, hey, turn off hard mode just for that one situation. You can still play the way you want to play. Just when you get into a situation where there's a few options, you know the situation, right? Then you can put in an evaluation guess or whatever to get information. But even then, it's just like, okay, I could do that. But for me personally, that's just not the way I want to play. It's not fun. It's just not fun for me. It really isn't. So my point about you either are playing to keep your streak or you're playing for to get it in as few guesses as possible. I think playing like this is sort of a way of playing which is using 5 unique letters every time. If you're going to use 5 unique letters every time, this is a strategy really to not get it in as few guesses as possible. This is a strategy to get all of the letters you can so you guarantee that you don't lose, right? And that's not fun for me, right? The other strategy of trying to get it in as few guesses as possible is, well, hey, if I get a letter in my first guess, if I know there's an R in the word, if I'm trying to get it in as few guesses as possible, I'm going to reuse that R on my second guess because if I don't use the R, there's no chance I get the word right on the second guess. Sometimes, listen, every time you put in a guess, there's a very, very tiny chance, right? But some people get lucky where you actually guess the correct word. People get Wordle correct in one guess by pure luck. It just happens. I got one recently on my second guess. I got it in 2. Where I didn't get any letters correct on my first guess, so I didn't have any information to go off of. And I just got it on my second guess, just randomly. And that was the closest I'll ever come to getting it on my first guess. And it was just such a great feeling. It was, I mean, I know in the video I wasn't really happy that day, so it didn't really matter. And I knew people were going to accuse me of cheating, so it was one of those things where like, oh man, like what do I do here? It's not really, but it was great. It felt great, to get so lucky. And that's what I love about this game is being able to have that luck. Luck is such a big part of Wordle, and people, I guess that's sort of one of the things that might be maybe my best argument for why I love playing on hard mode and why I'm never gonna play on regular mode is luck is such a big part of the game. That's what this game is all about. There is skill involved in knowing words and having that information and knowledge, but luck is a major. I mean, maybe you play Wordle just for the skill, for the word game. I play it for the strategy. And for here's my question. What is like, there has to be a losing condition, right? If you play Wordle every day and you just know you're going to guarantee that you win because you have that strategy of not playing on hard mode, it feels like, well, what's the losing condition, right? What's the, and for me, I guess that's sort of my takeaway for this is like, I want to feel like there's a chance that I lose every day, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, when you watch my videos, you want to see if I lose, and so, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to kind of really kind of share all my thoughts on this, even though I didn't really work out completely my argument, for this. I think I kind of hit the major points that I wanted to hit. So, with that being said, let's go ahead. Let me just go back to, I don't even know if I have it up here. Let me show you guys my Wordle results. Here we go. So, we have, this is what I did for the day. Again, it wasn't really worth it for you guys to watch me do this because I was basically trying to do here exactly what I did in the other example. But yeah, so it just didn't work out. So anyway, kind of a weird video for me today. I might do something different tomorrow. I don't know, because I messed up today. I might just do a regular solve tomorrow. But I do expect me to not really play normally the next couple days or few days, because I am going to try different things. So that was the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, it was different, kind of pointless for me to do this, but I wanted to do it. So yeah, this was my chance to do something different since I lost my streak. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.